Hey everyone, so let's talk stories. So the book I'll be talking about today is the book that I finished yesterday. This Jeffrey Archer's latest William Warwick, Traitors Gate. So there is a bit of history behind me reading Jeffrey Archer. So I don't want these videos to be just about books. I want these to be about my experience of reading them, like how did I come across them, what is my previous experience with the writer, and yeah, I want to cover all these topics. I don't want this just to be a my talk about just books. So it dates back to I think 2016, like it's almost 7.5 years ago, when I was in my first year of engineering college. That's when I was recommended Clifton Chronicles by a friend. When I read it, I was like, okay, man, this is the best thing I've ever read, and probably, I mean, it not, I mean, not hold the title very long, because right after that I read Harry Potter. So obviously, for those 1 2 months, I was in awe of the world the Jeffrey Archer has created for Clifton Chronicles. So I was mesmerized with all the characters. I was mesmerized by the generational the drama that happened, and I was very impressed. And so William Warwick is a character that the protagonist in Clifton Chronicles. So the protagonist in Clifton Chronicles, some Clifton, I forgot the name. It's been so long. So he starts writing a detective fiction novels. So the main character in those novels is William Warwick. So after I think Jeffrey Archer finished Clifton Chronicles in 2016, and I think it was 2016. And right after that, he started writing William Warwick series. I think he released 6 books in the last 6 years, um, and I've read almost not all. I can't say all of them. Cain and Abel is one of my favorites. I cherish the experience of reading Cain and Abel, and I really loved Prisoner of Birth. I not so much enjoy the Sons of Fortune. I not like HU in the recent 2018 novel, um, and I liked some of his books. I'd not explore his books so much. I have read like considerable amount of his books to understand, okay, what is literature is, what is style is, what's going to happen next. And I really love Jeffrey Archer's court dramas. Right, there is in most of his books there is a court drama that happens, and he is a master in describing the court drama. And because of the life he led, because of the people he roamed across, the perspective he brings into those court dramas are really good. Okay, that's the intro that I want to give for this. And yeah, coming back to the Traitors Gate, right? The recent, not recent, I think it was released October 27th. Oh, sorry, September 27th. It's been 8 days. So I got this 28th, the day after that, I think, or 29th. Okay, I finished it in 5 to 6 days. That's my average time for any Jeffrey Archer book, because whatever you might say about the story, right, he know how to write a perfect page turner, right? The last I was so I'll give you a couple of examples. So before we start, I'll give you a premise. So if you don't know about William Warwick series, William Warwick is a he starts, so in the first book he starts as a constable in the Metropolitan Police in London, and by the sixth book he has climbed up to become a chief superintendent of police of Met. And so in all the first 6 books he goes through multiple cases, mostly mostly related to one single criminal called Miles Faulkner. Miles, Faulkner, not to like misjudge what I just said. So Miles Faulkner. And now and his ever cunning law advisory Booth Watson QC. So these are the main characters. There are 3 main characters, and William Warwick has a wife, Beth. She is into more of art, museum, and they have 2 beautiful kids. And their father is a lawyer. The William Warwick's father is a lawyer, and Beth's father is an art collector. So all this happens in a pretty what do you say? how do I put it delicately, pretty high level of a society, pretty uh, in a society's top tier layer, right? This is the top tier problems of a society. So that's where all the books lie. So not all the books, but some of the books. At least this book lies in that genre. Uh, and one irritating aspect of it is I don't know why this don't happen in the Clifton Chronicles, but I don't know why Jeffrey Archer chose to do this. This villain is not that big of a villain. He, I, so there are so many conflicts that we see, right? Okay, for example, the main conflict, the if you see, the book is advertised as 24 hours, 24 hours to stop the crime of a century. But the thing is, you don't get to see the start of a crime until 75% of the book is completed. That's I did not like that. So when I thought that okay, Jeffrey actually is finally doing outside of a comfort zone. I thought he's writing a racy, he's writing a fast-paced thriller, fast-paced whodunit, catching of a killer. It's not like that at all. It's same old Jeffrey Archer, same old world, same old museum, police procedurals, art, the same old stuff. That kind of I'd not like that. And anyways, the only way, I think I've mentioned it some time back also. I was talking to someone else, that the only reason that I read Jeffrey Archer is because I want to get the sense of familiarity of reading Jeffrey Archer, and he is a master in creating the worlds, right? The world that he's created in the previous books, the world that he created is really good, but what I didn't like here is there is no character exploration happening. There is no the character exploration has stopped in first or second book. The book is all about, for example, this book, right? Let's take this book. There's this guy, William Warwick. There is this guy, Miles Faulkner, and Miles Faulkner wants to take revenge on William Warwick for all the stuff that he did, for all the stuff that he did in the previous novels. And what did he do? What did he do? Like, how did he try to take revenge? And the main plot, right? The main plot is about, even when you read the first chapter itself, start with the even when you read the first chapter, you know, okay, these are the things that will be stolen. This will be the plot of it. This will mostly the plot of it. Okay, basically the queen's crown and a sword will be stolen, and it's William Warwick's responsibility to bring back. But William Warwick did not do anything. It's bunch of people combined. They pull together resources and they do, and that just finishes in the last 50 60 pages of the book. That's it. There is nothing. The first 250 220 odd pages is all about their conversation. Now that I think about it, there is nothing. There are some interesting bits in there. There is a really interesting bit about William Warwick's the police friend, Ross Hogan. So that his trial, how that trial shapes up, is pretty good. And that's what I'm saying, right? The main highlight of any Jeffrey Archer novel is in the court showdown, right? And there is only one really good court showdown. But if you see, there's a really good book called Prisoner of Birth. It's a fantastic book. If you haven't, you should definitely pick that up. And there is a fantastic court showdown that happens in Prisoner of Birth. And I was waiting for something of, I was in my mind, right? What I was waiting for is, I wanted Miles Faulkner, William Warwick, both on opposite sides of the sides of the court, and Booth Watson representing Miles Faulkner, and Sir William Warwick's father representing William Warwick. I wanted that showdown. That did not happen, and it kind of went into I don't know. It spiraled into a cat and mouse game. Literally cat and mouse game. Right? There is nothing more than that. You don't even get to relate to it because there is nothing. At least I did not relate to it, right? So there is nothing major going on. So okay, Queen's crown has been stolen. Queen's the sword has been stolen. But the author also specifies that they couldn't be sold in any market because no one will be no one will come forward to buy them. And Miles Faulkner, he spent so much money on, like, to steal this, just to just for William Warwick to be suspended and risking his arrest. That's sad to say the least. And, yeah, and there's this interesting character, Christina, Miles Faulkner's ex-wife. She and Beth had a have a complicated work relationship. That is poor, and there's a really good bit about how Miles Faulkner takes revenge on his ex-wife Christina for aiding. Yeah, that's the only good part. That's one of the very good parts. See, all the good parts that are there in the book are not related to the core of the story. It's something else happening in the background, right? For example, I've told like the Ross Hogan's trial. That's one thing. The second thing is, uh, okay, there is this Miles Faulkner. He has a $30 million painting in his penthouse, while uh, he gives a fake painting. Like, he is an expert in this fake art kind of stuff, so he gives this a fake painting to the Fitzmolian, the exhibition, the museum in London, where Beth is a museum director or something. And because he presented that, okay, he was giving a priceless piece of art to the museum. His uh, the In the previous novel, the judge calls, because of his generosity, he was being let go with just 5 years for the crimes if committed in the last book, right? Now, we got to know that even that is fake. So the 5 books that you have read, in every book he'll be caught, or he'll be in the verge of getting caught, but he'll just slip out because of some loophole or something. That did not work for me. And yeah, coming back, so he has this painting in his penthouse, and that one of the FBI agents spots it, and he some because of in some channel that gets reported back to Beth, and she wants to retrieve that painting from his penthouse. And a really good plot showdown happens in New York, where 3 people from London flew to New York, and Christina, on behalf of Miles, his ex-husband, his wild ex-husband, flew back to New York to help him. And there a really clever bit of writing happens. Now, Christina ends up helping William, and Christina ends up helping William, and uh, you know. She takes the original painting from Miles' apartment and sends it back to Fitzmorian, while replacing the original with a duplicate. Now, that's a clever piece of drama. Now, the the next part, next the extended part of that is, how did Miles take revenge on Christine? That's also a really good part, but that's a slight. I don't get convinced by the way Christina directly pays a unknown stranger $130,000 just for an art piece that she did not verify completely. That's a little bit. I did not sit well with me. Hmm. But as a whole, I guess uh, it's a decent book. It's a really decent. Nothing more than that. Just a decent piece of work. But literature. See, I've been reading Jeffrey Archer for the past 7 years. The literature, he seems to be in a hurry to, and he's also not generating drama. He's generating. I think he's targeting an audience like me, who is familiar with Jeffrey Archer, and there are so many people who are familiar with Jeffrey Archer, because yesterday I was seeing a statistic which says, I think, even on this book, no, not on this book, so even on his books, which says that, okay, 275 million copies of Jeffrey Archer was sold. So he's targeting those familiar readers like me, for his books. And I see a new William Warwick is coming in 2024. The end of the I think the end of the book ends with saying that the William Warwick will return in 2024, and the title is Next in Line. I know this is because it's shining, but Um, William Warwick will return in 2024, and the title is Next in Line, and the caption is only 24 hours to catch a killer. I don't believe you, Jeffrey Archer. I think you'll create the same drama again, and the same William Warwick. I think this killer will be something Miles Faulkner in, like he might incite some violence, some crap he'll pull, but we will read because there's an honesty to him. There is a sense of it's like this, right? When you, even though you know that whatever the story that your grandfather grandmother is saying, you have listened it multiple times, you still want to listen to them because it's them there, it's because they are saying it, right? So same with Jeffrey Archer. We don't we The story seems similar, we want to read it because it's Jeffrey Archer saying it, right? Yeah, I look forward to this in 2024, Next in Line, William Warwick. uh, until then, I'll have a review in 10 days. I'm reading 3 books right now. One of them I just started. It's The People We Keep by Alison Larkin. If you have read it, I don't know. I don't think nobody is seeing these videos because I've uploaded 2 videos in the last week. Nobody have seen them. That's fine. So the one book that I'm reading is The People We Keep by Alison Larkin, and Numbers Don't Lie by Walker Osman, and Dance of Thieves by Mary J. Pearson. Yes, yeah, these are 3 books that I'm reading, and hopefully the next 10 days I'll record my opinion of them here. And until then,